Hi guys, it's April and I garden down in southeast Nebraska, zone 6A, and I know it's been a while since I've done a garden tour, but I'm back and we're gonna see what we can do because it's actually starting to sprinkle right now, because of course it is, and it might be on and off sprinkling all day today. So we'll see what kind of garden tour we can do. But I have things to show you because life. Okay, so this might be a little bit of a rushed garden tour so I can show you all the things I want to show you, but I'm going to start here, and as you can see, the squash is taking off really well. I've on and off been debating on whether or not I want to take the cabbage out, but these cabbages are doing okay, and it's actually kind of protecting the soil right there from evaporation, so I've left them so far. Otherwise, we have all of these beautiful peppers. Some of them are ginormous. And then I do believe that some of the Lesia are starting to ripen. So I'll be harvesting those soon. I do have a little bit of a pickle. Let me show you. If we come around this way, this plant right here is that Lesia plant that I thought I had revived and it was coming back to life. That's not a Lesia. That is some kind of chili. I don't know if it's one of my cayennes or my Korean chili. I don't know. So that's not supposed to be there. I think my seeds got mixed up at some point. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Otherwise, I have all the tomatoes. Still haven't trimmed anything. Oh, I think this is just the year of let's see what happens to the tomato plants when you do absolutely no maintenance. I promise I will at some point do maintenance around here, but I just haven't had the time or the fortitude to come in here. I've been trying to weed as I can. There are a few tomatoes in there that I think have blossom and rot that I need to remove. But the sweetheart cherry tomato over here, I have harvested a few off of this one, which is super exciting. And not only this one, but if we come over here to this sweet cream, I've gotten a couple from this one as well. So it's not like it's not being productive, it's just not well managed right now. And for the most part, my tomatoes are looking okay. And here we have my other squash bed that also has cucumber, and I found my first cucumber. Yeah, that has obviously been hiding from me for too long. Oops. So I need to do a better check of this bed. So that's on my agenda. The root vegetables, they're still going strong. I need to probably pull most of those beets. I just haven't decided what I want to do with them yet. So they're still in ground. The tomatoes over here are not looking the best. I'm half tempted to just cut most of these down and maybe plant beans or something in those pots. And I know I should probably cut the sunflowers back because they are officially done. So I need to do something with that area. We'll do a quick pass by of the zinnias and the straw flowers. You can see the kiwis are all doing well. Haven't found any fruits yet, but I'm still holding out. And then the grapes. I have harvested some grape leaves, but no grapes. Those are still forming. And as you can see, the other root vegetable bed is just as crazy, and the carrots are doing pretty well in that bed, which is good. I harvested the upstate New York, I believe it's upstate abundance. I don't know why I said New York. Upstate abundance potatoes. I'm probably gonna do the pink potatoes fairly soon. Maybe make a cottage pie or something. I don't know. But this is the other tomato bed, and I think the blossom end rot, you can see it better right here, is mostly happening because of how the rain is hitting us this year. It's so on and off and so heavy that these guys are like, I don't know what to do with this. So the issue is they're not pulling up the nutrients that they need because of it. You can see here that the beans kind of taking over that corner. I feel a little bad for this eggplant, but I have harvested quite a few eggplants, so it's not too bad, and it looks like I've got several more that I need to come in and harvest as well. I did end up cutting off the part of this plant that snapped because it started to die back, but we still have a little bit of it left, so I might still get jalapenos from that. But the other jalapeno plants have got a lot of fruit already set on them, so I'm just gonna wait for those to ripen. I'm gonna make some really good hot sauce. And I think I need to start keeping an eye on my poblanos, because yeah, that's ripe. I need to harvest that. And then we've got these squash that are taking over this bed. My notapinos are still going strong, so these guys, I'm just letting them do whatever they want to do. They look so pretty when it falls over the side of the bed like that. Then I have all of the Roma, which some of these plants look a little better than others. And then we've got these carrots, which are all volunteer. One of them over here is starting to go to seed already. I'm letting it, it's fine. Oh, and it looks like I might have to pull that tomato plant because that's not looking good. I did want to show you this ground cherry plant that is huge, and then my very massive wall of dill that is all flowering. And I do have a mess of ground cherries coming through. I need to weed all this. It's just this grass is so hard to weed when the ground is dry, so I have to wait until after it rains. So I'll probably hit as much as this today as I can, but it's also so interwoven with the ground cherries, I don't know how much I'm gonna get out. But we have volunteer beans interwoven with this white pumpkin, all embedded inside this dill. The other pumpkin plant, unfortunately, did not make it, so I'm probably not going to be canning pumpkin this year unless I find some at the farmer's market that I want to can. But these white pumpkins, these are the small, tiny white pumpkins, are looking really good right next to the bolting cilantro. I've had to cut a path a couple times. It looks like I might have to do it again soon. And then lastly, we have these tomato plants. I probably shouldn't have left them unsupported, but here we are. I ended up pulling all of these cabbages right here. I think I'm planning on putting some beans that I can let just die back and overwinter right there to add the nitrogen back to the soil. But I have been weeding this bed like crazy, hoping that I can get some decent sized onions, and some of them are, some of them aren't. We've got this bean plant that is joining the party. Did not plant that, that just showed up. And here in both this empty spot And next to the garlics over here, I have planted some New Zealand spinach, but we'll see if that actually starts to come up or not. You can kind of see in the back here, I probably should just pull that cabbage. I don't think it's ever gonna head up, and it's probably not the tastiest right now. But those pepper plants are looking good, and so is that basil. And then I did want to briefly show you these tomato plants back here. As you can see, the middle one is still a little bit on the struggle bus, but this one's doing pretty well, and so is this one, if you can see it in between the old pea plants. So yeah, that is the garden. So that was a little bit quicker of a garden tour. Like I said, I'm just not sure of how long the clouds were gonna hold out on me, but that is pretty much everything that is going on in the garden right now. Like I said, I've got some beans that I want to plant in various different places. I have thought about doing another planting of some of the squash because some of my zucchini plants are being a little weird right now, so that might happen. I don't know. It might turn around and surprise me and I have too many zucchinis, so I didn't even need to plant the other plants. These things happen. But if you want to continue to see how my garden grows and change, feel free to subscribe down below, hit the bell, do all the things to get all of the notifications. I do also have an Instagram and Threads account that I like to keep up to date on what I'm harvesting and what I'm doing with the harvest. So sometimes I like to show how I'm baking with it or how I'm canning with it, so you can check that out as well if you would like. Otherwise, I hope I will see you guys again in another video, and I heart your beautiful faces.